Hey everybody, today I'm having a pasta craving, and in my freezer I had some butternut squash. In my garden I had some sage, and in my pantry I had some walnuts and some angel hair pasta. And today we're gonna make creamy butternut squash pasta, and it's gonna be real good, and let's do it. We're gonna prep our ingredients, starting with our sage that we are going to chop. Some of it's going in, some of it's going on. It's going to be a garnish and an ingredient. So we're going to chop it up. All chopped up. And we're going to set that aside. And the next thing we're going to do is chop up our walnuts. Well, break them up. These are walnut halves and pieces. And the first thing we're going to cook is our walnuts. So we're going to do those first. Dust them up. I think that's a good size for our crushed up walnuts. And now we're going to get on it. We're going to start by cooking the walnuts. We're going to toast them up and take them out. But as you can see in the background, I'm getting the pasta water ready so we can cook our pasta. And in this pot we have some butter over medium heat. And when that gets melted and bubbly, we're going to add in our walnuts. Our butter is ready. And it's starting to bubble. Our pasta water is boiling, and now we're going to add in our angel hair pasta. I'm only going to use half of this box because it's only me. Did I get it right? I did. Stir this in and reduce the heat a little bit. Cook it according to the package directions until it's done. Angel hair doesn't take that long to cook. These walnuts smell so good, and very soon they will be ready. Our walnuts are nicely browned and our pasta is done. So I'm going to remove these from this pan and put them on a plate, and I'm going to drain the pasta. Our pasta is cooked and drained. I've added a little bit of butter and put it back in the pot and mix that up so the butter keeps it from sticking together. And then we're going to set it aside while we finish our sauce. Put a cover on it, set it on the back burner. Keep it moderately warm, but when we put the spaghetti in the sauce will be hot, so that'll be okay. And here are our roasty toasty almonds. Sorry, walnuts, not almonds. We're gonna set those aside. What I've done is reserve most of the brown butter, which I'm going to add a little splash of olive oil to. In goes some minced garlic. Whoa, I gotta turn the heat down more. And a generous pinch of sage, about a tablespoonful. Save the rest for garnish. We're gonna season this with some salt and pepper. Oh, by the way, when I drained the pasta, I reserved about a half a cup of the pasta water because we're going to use that in the sauce too. The sage and the garlic is only going to cook for about a minute until it gets nice and fragrant. And then we're going to continue on. Now in comes our butternut squash. And we're making a mess of the stove. Oh well. stir that around for a minute and get it seasoned up with the sage and brown butter and garlic. And now we're going to add in some chicken stock. And we're going to put a cover on this pan and cook this until the butternut squash is fork tender or knife tender, whatever you choose to stab it with. And then we're going to complete our creamy butternut squash sauce. Our butternut squash is heating up nicely. It's almost there. We can break it up a little bit with this, but there's a little resistance still, so it's got a few more minutes to go because we're going to puree this, so it's got to be real soft. And it smells so good. Almost done. I think we're done. Let's give this a stab. Oh yeah, nice and soft. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is add some more ingredients, and we're gonna puree this and make our creamy butternut squash sauce. I've turned the heat down a little bit and pulled out the immersion blender, and in we go. We're going to keep going until it's super creamy. Our squash and broth are pureed nicely. The next thing that's going in is our pasta water. Oh, a little bit of pasta left in that water. And some cream. Make it a prettier color. Some grated Parmesan cheese. And we're going to stir this together. And that is going to be our pasta sauce. And then we will add the pasta and finish it up. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit and bring this up to the boiling point. And it doesn't really need to be much thicker, but I want it to thicken up just a little bit. Our sauce has reached a nice creamy consistency, and I think there might be too much of it for the amount of pasta that I cooked. So the next step will be to bring the pasta forward and add the sauce to the pasta instead of adding the pasta to the sauce. Here's our cooked and buttered pasta, angel hair pasta. You can use any size pasta with this. All right, we're going in with some of the sauce. Pasta absorbs sauce, but I just want to make sure it works. So now that the sauce is in, we're going to stir it around. Well, I think I was wrong. I think that amount of sauce is pretty good. So we're going to keep mixing this until it's very well incorporated. Flip it around, stir it around, and then we're going to finish it up and serve it. Our pasta is creamy and heated through and looks and smells so delicious. And I already tasted some too, and it is so delicious. We're going to transfer some of our pasta into this pretty little pasta bowl. And here we have it in the bowl. And the first thing we're going to do, well, the ending is we're going to take some of our browned up walnuts and sprinkle those over the top. Those will be good. So I'm going to add several. And I have a lot left over. I have some sauce left over too and some pasta, so I think we'll be eating this again. And the next thing, a little bit of sage. Too much. And if you want to, just a little sprinkle of some more Parmigiano. And now we are ready to eat up our creamy butternut squash pasta. It's gonna be good. Thank you for joining me while I satisfied my pasta craving with some of my leftovers. And here's our beautiful creamy butternut squash, and I suppose we can say, and walnut pasta. And it's so yummy, and let's take a bite. Here we are on our fork, all twirled up, ready to go in. So yummy and so different. I've done similar things in the past, but not exactly like this. This was a fun and yummy experiment, and looks like I'm gonna be enjoying this pasta for several days to come. And we'll see you again soon.